we're looking for stories that add something new. There's a lot of stories that have already been told out there. We all know that. We've all seen a lot of films about a lot of subjects. At the Fledgling Fund, we see probably 1,000 a year, and there's a lot of the same stuff and you would be surprised, by the way, how many people think this is the first time this film has ever been made, and they put that in their proposal, and I tell them I've seen 5 today on the same subject, so be careful with that. But point is that add something new. Tell it in a new way, reach a new kind of audience, bring a new emotion to it, do something different. That's what a lot of funders are looking for, because we see a lot and we want some sort of value add to the movement. So bring us that. There's certainly that inner drive that I want to find in the project directors, but also there's a timeliness about the subject. So is there sort of a political ripeness, a social ripeness around the issue? We're looking for something that's either maybe at a tipping point, though I can't remember what panel it was on earlier, though, but that made me realize that that's not always the moment. Sometimes it's about, it's simmering, and we want to get it to a boil so we can really see something concrete change. But sometimes the issue isn't even on the social radar at all. It's really just about the first stages of awareness. We're really interested in that stage too. So I don't want to say it's always just about something very concrete like law change or something that's so measurable and obvious and is going to get all the headlines. Sometimes it's really subtle and people aren't even talking about a certain issue yet, and it might not even make headlines if your film comes out, but we know that people are talking about it for the first time around their dinner tables. I'm pretty excited about that too, and it's hard to measure and track, and it's hard to get a lot of attention for, but we look for those things too. So there's that moment that we're looking for in time around an issue. Not every filmmaker needs to do an outreach and engagement campaign. Even if you have a really strong social issue film, doesn't mean you need to spend the next two years of your life diving into this work. It's really hard, and it will totally suck up your finances and your time and your love life and the whole deal. So only do it if it really is actually your core passion. If you really feel like not only do you want to tell a good story, because for most people, that's plenty. That's great. Stop right there, right? This is work, like I said, is not for everyone. But if really genuinely one of your other bottom lines is social change, then you should ask the movement, what is it that they need? What are the stories, what are the voices, what are the faces, what are the places that aren't being seen? That's really important, and I think for a lot of people, probably not work that they take that next step to do, and which is why this early thinking and planning around your outreach and engagement campaign, that's all part of this, right? It's all planning not just for the film, but for the larger movement that you want to build. That's why it's important why we fund that planning phase as well.